9:06.
Jake Hartford and John Cass in for Bruce and Dan on 89 WOS, taking your calls.
It's a lovely October 2nd in Chicago.
It's gorgeous. You know what? It's soccer weather. You should, by the magic of radio, I just want to give you a description of Jake's face. It's not happy. Okay?
There's going to be a soccer game at Soldier Field in the middle of February.
Yeah.
College.
That may be.
Why?
Because they're men and they play in shorts. And they don't...
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things you can do as a man in shorts, but you don't do it at Soldier Field in the middle of February. Let me just say that.
We'll see. This is Notre Dame, and Our Lady protects them, and we love Notre Dame at this station, and so do I.
Anyway, tomorrow night on True TV, they're going to have South Beach Tow, which is one of my favorite shows, and I'll be watching.
Is that about some disreputable, drunken, slovenly people who No, that was
on HSN. They're going to have
news.
On Home and Garden Network. I'm sorry, they're going to have what's the show where you're home seekers, whatever that is.
Yeah,
house hunters. Yes,
house hunters.
I'll be watching that too. Maybe
that's fake. What about is the Obama phone lady? Is she going to get her own? Is she going to get her own reality show? Because I think that would be good. It would be like the companion to Honey Boo Boo show.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't think so?
All right. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Chicago time, the debates between Mitt Romney. See, that's why I'm not moderating him.
Right.
Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. And
right.
The president who calls the debates a drag, and he doesn't think he's going to do well because he's not a good speaker. And,
oh, shucks.
And he's going up against the slick Mr. Romney who knows how to talk and has debated a lot. And
Romney's like Daniel Webster in the stories, for those of you who know who Daniel Webster is.
If the president comes out and just gets his name right, he's the winner tomorrow. Because he has just put the expectations for himself so low.
Oh, I'm just Barack Obama of the golden tongue, but I'm really not a good debater. Meanwhile,
getting back from Vegas after 3 days and
rolling the olives down smoking Winston Reds. But meanwhile, the media is in another spasm of self-righteousness, and I'm in the media, so I know this and feel it. The New York Times ombudsman was saying we're not really biased. There's no real mainstream media bias to the left. And then I see this story on Drudge. It's from Newsbusters, which is a conservative media watch group, that ABC's George Stephanopoulos, fellow Hellenic American, basically has called the post-debate spin for the president debates 8 out of the last 9 times for Democrats. Is that amazing?
Because they're just better debaters.
Is that?
They have better ideas.
Or is it the media is overpopulated by liberal Greek guys and they need a conservative Greek guy? What is going on with this 8 out of 9 times? Georgi, what's going on with you? 8 out of 9.
Well, it doesn't matter, because the next debate is still 50-50.
Whatever.
In a series of things, 8 out of 9 would be a big to do, but each debate is a chance unto itself, which is 50-50.
No, not the way it's set up, because whatever Obama says, he'll be great. Whatever Romney says will be considered not great.
But just because it is, does that make it wrong?
You're confusing me. What do you mean?
Well, just because that's the way the result comes out, does that mean it was a bad result, if that's the truth?
But the
result is the result.
Is it the truth, George? Was it Gerald Ford, in his debate with Carter, basically kicked the floor with him, but he made one statement about Poland not being part. He misspoke. It was a gaffe. But when a Republican makes a gaffe, it's a huge thing, Jake. How many gaffes has President Obama made lately?
None. Perfect.
Because he's just eye candy. I'm just President Eye Candy.
There is a political ad out.
He is pretty, though.
There is a political ad out where they use that. they used a clip from The View where he says, "I'm just here as eye candy."
And it's a pro-Obama ad.
No, it's not.
Really?
Surprise, surprise. No, it's a Republican ad.
I
think
can't
it's
believe
put
that.
out by one of the super PACs.
And it took them only 6 days to get to it. Awesome.
Well,
That's moving fast.
Well,
boys.
it said, such and such. They were meeting in the UN. He was on The View, and whatever. You'd have to see it.
Joy Behar touched his hair.
Bill and Shanahan. Good morning, sir.
How are you guys?
Hey, Billy.
Hey, the Obama phone girl used to have her own TV show.
Be careful, Bill.
No, it was Flip Wilson.
I'm pressing the dump button. I'm ready. What?
It was Flip Wilson doing Geraldine.
It was a flip phone.
It was a flip phone. But she wanted the iPhone, I think.
It was the same voice.
No, it was not. I think, is Flip Wilson alive? Dead or alive?
No, he's dead.
He's dead, poor guy. I love this show.
And you remember when Stephanopoulos interviewed Obama about 3 years ago? And Obama was telling him about his Muslim upbringing, and Stephanopoulos corrected him. You mean your Christian upbringing?
Oh, you mean he wanted him to stay on script?
Yeah, he corrected him right on TV.
I don't know about these Greeks in the media. What can I say?
I'm telling you.
Thanks,
I'm
Bill.
telling you, I'm going to call the Archbishop right now.
Dodie and Joliet. Good morning, Dodie.
Hi.
Hey, Toad.
Hi. I'd like to make a comment.
Let's hear it.
Stop putting the frosting on Obama's cake. I do not like the way you're talking about Romney. It's not true.
What's not true?
That you say he made gaps. He's so on the line. It's unbelievable.
That's John Cass saying that, Dodie. I just want the record to reflect that.
Dodie, I want to say that what I was trying to say, but I'm not articulate enough.
Shame
to
on you,
express
John.
myself,
Shame on you.
is that the media, of which I am a member.
Well, I understand that.
John is a very prominent member of the media. He's not
mainstream.
He's not in the back of the pack of the media. He's up front because he's on page 2 of the Tribune Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday.
I would like to ask you, Dodie and Jake, my two friends here, if there was no mainstream media, what would talk radio be talking about? Towing shows?
Maybe the economy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
Or how about the health plans?
Do you like Obama's health plan, Dodie?
I cannot stand it.
What do you like about Romney,
I was
Dodie?
a Democrat. Everything.
The fact he looks like Lyle Wagner?
He's so far above with all his comments.
Yeah, except
it's ridiculous.
all right, do you make Jell-O, Dodie? Do you know do you make Jell-O?
Sure.
Do you know that people that of the Mormon persuasion in Utah are known to eat more Jell-O than any other group in the United States?
Wow, that's great.
Does that make you? Because that's the one thing I don't like. I can't stand Jell-O, and it kind of bothers me.
Some people can't, especially diabetics.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Dodie.
Thanks, Dodie.
Bye-bye, Dodie. Going to get traffic for because I know she's on her way somewhere right now. 10:15, time for 89 WLS traffic. 10:16. I'm sorry. I apologize to Dodie there. It's just that all of a sudden I'm in between a conversation between you, John, and Dodie about Jell-O. That's not how I want to live my life.
And the kid will stare at the plate and ask, "What's for dessert?" And you answer, "Jell-O pudding."
There is nothing more horrid than Jell-O with floating pineapple chunks.
In case anybody from the Jell-O company are listening.
And I'm just telling you that Utah, well, I found this interesting because we actually report the news, Jake. We're not just, speculating. Facts are that Utah leads the nation in Jell-O per capita consumption. I think they eat like 10 pounds of Jell-O
Because
a year.
so what? What is Chicago?
What is that about? What does it
Chicago?
tell you?
What does Chicago lead the nation in? Italian beef sandwiches?
Beef
So what?
sandwiches?
So
I'm
what?
just saying. It's
So
just
what?
Quit defending the Jell-O people.
I'm in the pocket of big
You're in
Jell-O.
the pocket of pineapple chunks and Jell-O. I can't stand it.
Jim
Let's
and
take some
Hammond. Good
calls.
morning, Jim.
Yeah. I just want to follow up.
Jim, what's your favorite Jell-O flavor?
Oh, it's cherry.
All right, thank you.
Jim, it makes me sick. What's your question?
Okay, well, it's basically a comment. I remember Sean Hannity interviewing Stephanopoulos years ago. I think it was in the Kerry campaign, and so they asked him, "What should George Bush do?" And he said, "Well, I can't, help I can't comment what it should do." He says, "What about Kerry? 9 things that Kerry could do." And he says, if he does that, he didn't say, he's got a chance. He says, we've got a chance. And don't forget, Stephanopoulos is the one that set up that whole thing with the female contraception with Romney and that debate that he did. He's just a total shill for the Democratic Party. All these people, all these moderators in this upcoming debate, they're all shills for the Democratic Party.
That's why tomorrow night at 8 o'clock at South Beach Tow.
I think people should watch the debate, whether you tape it, whether you go to the Fire game and tape it, or watch it.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Actually, what you do, the best way for the debate, don't watch on TV. Because you'll forget how the camera's going to show the people. You want your mind to be unfiltered. Just listen. You can listen to the debate on radio on WLS, and then you can have the TV on for South Beach Tow. So you get the best of both worlds. You can hear the debate unfiltered, right. Plus you get to see the women in the string bikinis on TV as you're listening.
Well, that's important. String bikinis are more important apparently than what's going on in Iraq, but I would like to see that bead of sweat building on Obama's lip when he tries to defend some of his policies.
Patrick in Barrington. Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning. Good morning. I can explain why the Utah eats so much Jell-O. Those are Jell-O shots.
I think it's illegal to even drink a shot. And I was in a cowboy
in Utah,
bar.
Really? Well, for Mormons, I guess it is.
I take that back.
All of Utah.
I take that back. I remember there was a woman named Kathy Crowell Webb who was. She had recanted a rape, and Jim Thompson put pictures of her panties up on the in a hearing. It was a huge story back in the day, and I had to chase some guy, a witness out there, and I ended up in a cowboy bar in Utah. So I did have some Jell-O shots there.
Okay, there you go.
Thanks, Patrick.
Yep.
Rick in Downers Grove. Hey, Rick.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, Rick.
Hey. There is one more thing that's far more disgusting than Jell-O.
Be careful, Rick, because I know where you are, man.
And that's soccer.
Yeah? Okay, next time I see you on Plainfield Road, I'll take you to the Brewsters and we'll talk about it, okay?
All
right, buddy.
Bye, Rick.
I know where Rick is. I can just tell. I have the powers to tell.
Mike on I-57.
Hey, Mike.
Hey!
Mike.
How you doing?
What's up?
Real quick, I got to throw something out real quick. My old boss called in, Billy. So, Billy, if you're listening, it's only an inside joke. Thanks for coming in, Fritzy. Don't understand. But the reason I'm calling Jell-O, I'm just curious. Jell-O's made out of pork, and Muslims don't eat pork. So does that mean they don't eat Jell-O?
It's made out of beef hooves. I know this because I used to, at the butcher shop, my Uncle George and my dad at the grocery store, and on Thursdays, the big can of beef necks and fat would come and would be ready for the general rendering man. And I said, "What's this for?" once, and he said, "Jell-O." And I've hated it ever since. Whether it's true or not, it really doesn't matter to me.
10:21, back after this.
89 WLS. Bruce Wolf and Dan Proft. Chicago's talk leader, 89 WLS.
10:28. Jay Carter, John Cass, in for Bruce and Dan. Let's quickly go to Mundelein. John, you're on 89 WLS.
Hi. I listened to your caller who said that debate moderators are all shills for the Democratic Party. I get that Republicans like to go on a 50,000-watt ABC affiliate and claim that their position isn't represented in the media. But I got to tell you, the other day, in the Warren-Brown debate in Massachusetts, David Gregory criticized the situation where our ambassador in Libya got killed by saying the president had said Al-Qaeda had been defeated and hadn't been able to reconstitute itself, which is a complete lie. The president never said that. So tell me how David Gregory is a shill for the Obama administration, if he's willing to lie to criticize him.
John, go ahead. You think he's talking to you?
What are you talking about?
Okay,
no one said
a caller who said that debate moderators are all shills for the Democratic Party.
No, I don't know about what the caller said. Let me tell you what I said, because I've been doing this for 30 years. Not when most reporters, I would say 90+% are liberal Democrats or Democrats, And when Obama comes in a newsroom anywhere in this country, after he leaves, the janitors have to go in and clean it up because they're so excited. And and if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
Okay, but
so I don't know what
my
David.
Actual question, which is, do you think that the debate moderators are unfairly slanted in favor of the Democrats? Do you think that they're unfair?
No, I didn't say that, but that's a good technique that David Axelrod would use to bring up something I'm not saying. What I would say, listen.
You agree with your caller?
What I would say, I don't agree with you either. What I would say is that the spin after the debate is where you see most of the bias.
10:30, time for news, weather, traffic right here on 89 WLS.